Let's raise the big questions tonight. Pharma firms, are they profiteers or are they saviors? What is the best way to treat COVID patients? Are cheaper treatment options being overlooked? These are some of the questions that should concern all of us. Joining me now is Dr. Viranchi Shah, Senior Vice President, Indian Drugs Manufacturers Association. I'm also joined by Pratibha Sivasubramanian. She is a campaign for access to affordable medicines. Dr. Hemant Thacker is one of India's leading internal medicine experts. He joined me from Breach Candy Hospital. And Dr. Arpita Trivedi is the chief of the critical care unit at the Hinanandani Hospital in Mumbai. Let me go one by one. Pratibha Sivasubramanian, why don't you tell us first? Do you believe, Subramanian, why don't you tell us first? Do you believe that the drugs that are available at the moment in the market for COVID are being overpriced? 5,400 we are told is the price of a vial of remdesivir, for example.
See, it's highly disturbing that government, pharmaceutical companies and hospitals are taking this pandemic situation as a business as usual approach. And the approval and pricing of remdesivir and favipiravir both there are issues with it. There are issues with transparency and efficacy data as well. So the prices for remdesivir, where we don't even have the assurance on the mortality data, it's about 54,000 as we look at Hetro's price. A week before, it was 20,000 per vial, and hospitals were selling it at 40,000 per vial. So this is for 10 vials treatment. That was a week ago. So even in case of favipiravir, we don't have the efficacy data. The clinical trial data that Myanmar says that it is done is not yet published. And the price is priced really high. Per tablet is around 108. Whereas Andrew's study says that even a day's treatment will be much less than that. A day's treatment would be around 100 rupees.
Let me take that to you, Dr. Thacker. You know, as someone who's a practitioner, do you believe these drugs are being overpriced at the moment? The way these drugs at the moment, Dr. Hemant Thacker, are being pushed into the market, remdesivir, favipiravir or Fabiflu as it is in India, are they being grossly overpriced and therefore out of reach of a lot of people?
See, these drugs may be pushed into the market by pharma companies, but the person prescribing is the clinician and the physician. And it is not that we have a magic bullet in remdesivir or favipiravir or for that matter dexamethasone, which UK has said. There is no Tendulkar in the pack. You require a Dhoni and you require a Bumrah to win the match. So when we write a drug, we know exactly which patient is going to be given favipiravir and which patient is going to be given remdesivir. In Mumbai, the fatality rate, even before remdesivir came in or favivir came in, was still in a very controlled fashion. So I think pharma companies and their prices is beyond my dialogue today evening. But I can at least say one thing, that if you do not give and if you accuse pharma companies of overpricing, then you should accuse N95 masks, alcohol sanitizers, fruit and vegetable vendors, and everybody else who are taking and making hay while the sun is shining. Remember, you require some kind of incentivization to make a new drug. Everybody is chasing the pot of gold in the form of a vaccine. Now, if you're going to clamp down upon incentivization, there will be no company or no research center who wants to make a vaccine. So there has to be a balance between demand and supply and who's going to get it. We are not using remdesivir for every patient that comes to us. We are judicious. We decide who needs it. And in that fashion, if the clinician is able to exercise restraint on unwarranted use, then I'm quite sure it will come into play in an effective way.
You know, that's an interesting way. You believe that it's the clinician really who has to take those key decisions as to the kind of drugs. I'll just come to you in a moment again, Dr. Thacker, but I want to understand from you, Dr. Viranchi Shah, as a Senior Vice President of the Indian Drugs Manufacturers Association, in this race to somehow or the other get a corona cure, are drugs being pushed and prices being pushed in a manner that is making them out of reach for many people?
See, India is considered as a global pharmacy, and we are known to be producing good quality, world's most affordable medicines, and we supply to the needs of not only the Indian population, but also to the needs of almost 200 countries across the globe. If the Indian pharma industry was so much profiteering and high-priced, I don't see any logic where the whole world would be running after us to buy medicines from India.
But,
So let me put it
sir,
straight.
Bangladesh doctors are coming up with cheaper formulations, even medicine. They are using cheaper drugs apparently, while in India we now seem to be pushing the more expensive drugs at the moment for COVID.
So let us not consider it as a war of pushing products. The world is trying to find a solution, and in the quest for this solution, various tests, various researches are done across the globe, and as and when the data come out from these researches, the medical profession and the pharmaceutical companies are trying to bring these products. These are actually repurposed drugs. These are not new chemical entities that people are researching, because that takes a long time to bring. The pharma companies and the medical professions, as and when the researches come out, they're trying to bring this drug to the patient so that in the fight against COVID, we have additional weapons. So the entire quest is giving more options to the prescribers, because as the gentleman before me just said, that different kind of patients are in different levels of infection and they need different treatments.
Let me
take
that to Dr. Thacker. Let me take that to Dr. Thacker. You know, different patients need different kinds of treatment. I just mentioned Bangladesh doctors, Dr. Thacker, because they are using ivermectin and doxycycline as a drug combination which is relatively cheap. They say it's much cheaper than, let's say, a Fabiflu. But remdesivir allegedly is for the more critically for the more critical patients. So would you say that it's very clear that you can't go by one drug combination because it's working and it's cheaper? The clinician, as you said, will have to look at each case separately.
See, first of all, let me tell you that neither the US FDA nor the Indian FDA has openly allowed use of these drugs. They have allowed use on compassionate and emergency basis. Now, let's look at only the three antivirals. Ivermectin, which is an anti-parasite drug, has been seen to have some antiviral activity in laboratory cells and in animals. And the amount of ivermectin that we will need to give humans is a high dose. We don't know the side effects of ivermectin so much. Fabiflu is to be given in early COVID for mild and mildly moderate. Remdesivir is reserved intravenously for the hospitalized patients who are doing badly. So each one has its perfect slot to be filled. Now, if I was to give doxycycline and ivermectin, ivermectin from the antiviral point of view and doxy from the anti-RNA point of view, that would be like a potion pill which you can distribute to everybody. I really don't know how much toxicity ivermectin could create and whether at the dose that we are giving is adequate antiviral. The studies are inadequate. So in this emergency situation, when all FDAs have allowed it on compassionate grounds, we have seen that our hospitalized patients who go to ICU, who have very rapidly expanding COVID in the lungs, when we give them remdesivir, they are seen to do well. But let me talk in the patient's favor. Gilead had said you need remdesivir for 11 days. Now science, with all the buzz, has shortened it to 6 days. We now give remdesivir only for 6 days versus 11 days. So we are thinking on our feet as the disease in front of us buzzes all over the place. So at no stage does the clinician, through his glasses, have anything else in mind except the timing and the use of the drug.
Can I bring in Dr. Arpita Dwivedi at this moment, Chief Critical Care Unit at LH Hiranandani Hospital? One of the concerns that people are expressing is that many of these drugs are not available yet. Remdesivir is expected to come through Cipla and Hetero in larger quantities over the next week. So if someone today is critically ill, is not being able to access remdesivir vials, for example. Is that true?
No, it's now available in our pharmacy. I think most of the big hospitals, we have got this remdesivir is really available. Yes, 1 week back it was difficult. It was only available on compassionate ground. But right now it is easily available. We are able to give to our critically ill patient in the intensive care unit.
What are you giving in terms of, again I come back to it, are you prescribing different drugs depending now on the nature of the stage in which the patient is?
Yeah, definitely by the time patient comes to intensive care unit, they have crossed the viremic phase and they have entered into the immunomodulatory phase. Basically, when the patient initially they are in the viremic phase, we target to give them antiviral drugs, and later we try to give them different type of immunomodulators. All of us have observed that clinical practice guidelines have been revised several times in this last 3 months. That's why we cannot say right now which is the best drug, but definitely with these 3 drugs available, we are definitely better prepared. We can't be bystanders standing there and watching patients dying. I am very happy remdesivir is available for moderately severe patients, moderately severe critically ill patients, and we are trying. I am seeing good results, and I am sure when we can reduce the viral load, definitely the immune phase is going to be less erratic for us. It will be more easy to tackle immune stage.
Let me bring in Pratibha.
8 days, 10 days.
Let me bring in Pratibha Sivasubramanian again. You're hearing from the doctors. They are saying, look, we are facing a tough battle. These drugs are now available. We are making the best use of them. Now, you as a campaign for access to affordable medicines, certain perhaps treatments require these vials which are expensive.
See, the issue is why these medicines are expensive. Gilead has a patent monopoly for 2035. It is not just one patent, they have 3 patents. And all these 3 patents, we have analyzed and we have written to the government saying that they are completely erroneous. They have been granted in the wrong way. They have not followed the law. So government has not taken any action on it. If this medicine, if at all, if it is effective, where there is the data as such of clinical trials have not come out, if at all it is effective, it is important for the government to sidestep the patent. This is not the time when we look at incentives. This is the time when we look at how can we cure and how can we come out of the situation and what is the responsibility of the government. The responsibility of the government is to provide medicines at affordable cost. And at least, and in government hospital, it should be free of cost. These medicines, people are unaware. I have been dealing with patients and people are unable to procure these medicines and they are unable to afford these medicines. Even 54,000 rupees is also a high price.
Dr. Viranchi Shah, do you believe that there will be, these drugs will over time be available at slightly lesser prices?
See, as when Indian pharmaceutical industry, Rajdeep, is known for bringing down the cost of treatment across the globe. And if we talk of remdesivir, what I have been told is that the same product is being offered for patient as high as about $450 to $500 in the US market. In India, it is sold at almost about 5,000 rupees, which is about $70. How much more, price reduction can you expect? If you see drugs like dexamethasone, which the UK very recently came out, do you even know that it is available almost 3 rupees for 10 tablets in India? It is really very, very affordable. If you see hydroxychloroquine, the much talked about drug, is around 6.5 rupees a pill sold in India. See, most of the drugs, and India has been known to bring down the cost of medication across the world. So most of the drugs priced in India are even much lesser price than if you compare other developing countries, our neighboring countries like Pakistan or Bangladesh or Nepal.
Right.
The Indian drug industry is known to bring down the cost of prices, and really these products are affordable.
So you're saying it's much more affordable than the same drug would be, that a remdesivir vial would be in the West. Let me get Dr. Thacker for a final expert view. What would you suggest to the viewers who are watching? And if they are COVID positive today, what would you suggest the best treatment? A quick answer, Dr. Thacker, to them.
If you are COVID positive, 85% of you will get well just by staying at home, eating well, having vitamins, and maybe a hydroxychloroquine kind of medication. If you have symptoms, go to your doctor. He will immediately give you milder, maybe ivermectin, doxycycline, maybe azithromycin. It is only when you need oxygen that you need to go to the hospital. That's when your physician will decide what to give you. Remember, your life is priceless.
Yes.
And if you need remdesivir, and if it is available at 5,000 rupees a vial, it is good. Take it, use it. Life can always come back and earn everything else. Do not look at the right and the left. Look ahead of you. Put everything behind you. Let your doctor decide. We are going to win this war against COVID despite drugs and because of drugs. We'll win it. Good luck.
That's a positive note on which to end. We'll continue with these debates in future programs. We will continue to focus on treatments that are available and whether the drugs, importantly, will be made as affordable as possible for all Indians who desperately need them. Thank you all very much for joining me on my other big focus.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.